It was loud in there today. How much fun was that? I mean, clearly both sides got into that, right?
Yeah, it was a fun day just doing. Kellen did the compete periods. No scripts, just OC DC call it, and the guys were fired up. I know in the red zone period with the twos, we had a nice touchdown after having a bad first run at it, and it was good to see Tyler bounce back, and we had some fun with it.
Well, how do you think this camp has gone for you so far?
It's been a solid camp. Eighth one I've been through. Every day is just trying to keep your body right, bring the energy. Definitely different being back in the heat, but Kellen and Ted do a great job of taking care of us.
Really glad to be back home.
Yeah. One, just familiarity with this coaching staff and organization, but, two, obviously just, actually living and being from New Orleans and Metairie, living right down the street, being with my kids. It's been, a blessing every day to come home and see them. And, actually, after last year not being with them, I don't take it for granted.
Along those same lines, you have a few fellow Tigers around you, which hasn't always been the case around here. What's that like?
It's always fun. I mean, I've known Foster for 15 years now, playing against him in high school. We became, really good friends at LSU. Having Clyde and Gotcha, Gotcha and I were in the same recruiting class. So it's just, it's fun having guys that you came up with, seeing, how our careers have turned out when we were 18 when we got to LSU together. And, now we're 29, almost 30. So it's been a fun ride.
Is there first time, is there a chemistry process with snapping the ball? Just getting used to different quarterbacks, different heights, different.
I would say under center, you just gotta get used to each guy, I personally think they have to get used to us because I feel like I don't change how I snap. I kind of just tell them hey, this is normally how I think I snap it, but those guys are all pretty easy to snap with. I mean, there's no I've been places before where I see one quarterback, I'm I better make sure I get it to his hands. These guys are, in better terms, they get in there and they get the ball, and so I don't even think about it with whoever's under center with me.
What do you think about the depth and the talent that you guys have on the offensive line?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, just the talent. Obviously, a lot of draft investment. It's pretty awesome, being around all these first rounders. Guys that are just naturally talented and also back it up with work ethic. That day that Eric had a rest day, I got to play with those guys. It was very fun just to be with such a talented group of guys. And then this backup group that we're rolling with. It's a good mix of youth and experience. I mean, Landon's been in the league now for 5 years. Seeing his growth from when he came in as a rookie, and then me leaving for 3 years and seeing getting back with him, he's been tremendous. A true veteran now. Dylan, a guy that was a high draft pick in Tennessee. He's been awesome to play with. Super strong guy. And then seeing Sal develop, it's been a blast with these guys. And we're grinding it out every day. Everybody's trying to make their statement and make this team.
What are your impressions of Trevor Penning as a player? What makes him Trevor Penning? What are the things, the one or two things that are different about him than most guys playing that spot?
Yeah, he's just such a. I think that if you were describing one word is physical. I mean, every play he's literally trying to put people on the ground, and you like to have that mindset at every play as an offensive lineman, but a lot of guys don't. And this dude truly wants to physically destroy people. He is a phone booth player. I know that's been a term used about him. And I think it's just exciting. I think he's taken this position change really well, and I think it suits him to his abilities. And I'm excited to see him just continue to. I mean, every day he's stacking days right now, and it's exciting to see. I mean, I know the coaches are excited, and he's really turning a corner there.
Your guy started at tackle and then moved inside. What are some of the challenges of doing that?
Yeah, I mean, his whole career, first 3 years, he was out on the edge, and it's a different pace out there. There's more space. It's a different timing. Inside, I mean, these guys are right on you. I mean, you better get 2 feet in the ground, and you better throw a haymaker and land one with first significant touch. And he's figuring that one out. He would probably say his first couple of days, the timing in OTAs was different for him, and. Like I said, it just takes a little bit of time, but he's a very smart and talented player, and I have no doubts that he'll figure it out and become a high-level player at guard.
So what's Banks like just in the meeting room behind the scenes as a teammate?
So about Rattler?
Banks.
Oh, Banks. Yeah, KB's awesome, man. He's really, like, for a high drafted rookie, I mean, he has taken everything. Like, you get a little, we mess with him a little bit, and he takes it all in stride. He's just like a happy dude, but on the field, physically talented. I mean, his set kind of reminds me of Ram's, like, just kind of like when he's setting, it kind of just looks like he's gliding. And Ram used to have that same thing. He's going against Chase every day, and that's just, those two are battling. And I think that is the best thing for him, is seeing an elite rusher every day for a guy who's 21 years old, I'm pretty sure. I mean, that's going to help him set him up for the season and for just what will be hopefully a great and long career.
How do you guys like to mess with them?
Just typical like rookie stuff. Like, hey, I fill the cooler up with water. Towels in the morning at everybody's locker. And some rookies, they throw a fit, or they don't want to do it. And this dude's the 9th overall pick, and he's every morning. I tell him I don't even need a towel. Every morning there's a towel in my locker. Like, he is literally just a great human. Like I said, he's embraced everything from just being a rookie and being the starting left tackle as a rookie, and I think he's done tremendous so far.
Well, right now you're primarily focused at center. If you be called upon, like, to play guard from a mental standpoint, are you on top of that right now?
Yeah, so last year in Buffalo, I really didn't even play center. I played all guard during camp. The one game I started for them last year was at right guard. So I'm very comfortable at guard. I would say my position is center, but I'm very aware of being a backup. You need to be able to play multiple spots. I've played all of them. I've done the jumbo tight end stuff. So I keep telling all these young guys, you just got to be able to show the coaching staff how multiple you can be, because on game day you're only dressing 8 linemen, and you better be able to play multiple spots.
I know you're an experienced center, but going back to center now, was that an adjustment period for you at all? Or?
No, I've done it enough. It's something that I take pride in, being able to just swap in and out of positions in college. I mean, in game I'd be at right guard, and then somebody would get hurt, and I'd swap to left guard for the backup right guard to come in. Like, it's something I've been able to do decently during my career, and I do take pride in being able to make quick switches during my career.
It's only been a few years since you were here before to when you came back, but you kind of seem like a different person. Like, those years, I'm guessing just from growing up, like, how different do you feel this time through than the first time through the Saints?
Yeah, I mean, I'm very comfortable talking about it. My career when I left here was probably on a downward turn. I wasn't much free agency interest, and I was, definitely stressed out during that time. And then I end up in LA. Coach Staley gave me an opportunity. Ended up winning the backup center job, and then that year started a few games, played probably 300 or 400 snaps, which is probably the most of my career at that point. And then the next year, Corey Linsley goes down. I start, most of that season before I got a little banged up, and I feel like it helped me mature, and two, kind of, I proved to myself what I knew I could be a guy in this league, and I got that opportunity to play a little more center, and was able to kind of, I felt like, change my career trajectory of like a guy who was fighting to just be on an active roster and up and down off P squads those last couple of years here to hey, I was starting every week. It was LA was a big time for me, and I'll always look at that time as like, thankful and, with great memories.
In that time, you feel like you took like a massive jump, or like what kind of?
Yeah, one, I think I got to focus at center, which was big for me. My whole career here, just shifting around there, I mainly focused at center, and I do feel like I took a big jump at center when I got there. And then two, just the confidence. You go in, you start a few games. I mean, there was one game it was the 2022. Starter gets food poisoning day before the game, and I'm starting Monday Night Football, on short notice, and had a good game. We won it. Those small moments in your career, I think, can really, just keep propelling you to, keep wanting to go up.
We have
some of that stuff?
Yeah, I mean, we, my wife and kids are going out there. It's gonna. They look at that time probably with more fond memories than me. I mean, they loved it out there. And like I said, I'm always gonna be thankful to Staley, Kellen, Nuge for just having that belief in me when I was out there, and then, just being able to continue my career. And like I said, that whole time out there, I do look at just like I put a smile on my face.
Well, you were here when they had Ron Ramczyk and Teron Armstead. How do you think OL Banks and Taliesin can conduct the same amount of Tampa?
Man, those guys, it's actually kind of scary, like the comparison, because it's very real. Tolly is like by far one of the most naturally talented O-linemen I've ever been around. This dude, just like he does things that like you don't even have to coach. Like he's literally just doing it like naturally. And then KB, like I said, I mean the set and the way he moves around on the field reminds me a lot of Ram. His recovery ability, like Ram was when he was younger. I think these two guys are on the trajectory of having those types of booking careers where these guys are like organization staples at the edges.